Danielle Munoz, and welcome back to the Unleash Your Sexy podcast. Hey! This is podcast number 3. I'm super excited. We have a very special and beautiful friend of mine named Olivia Austin. She is a model and an actress. And this week's topic, we are going to be talking about what turns a woman off about you men. So last week we had another friend of mine, Derek Pearson, and he went on about everything that men hate about women. And I was just like, I can't wait for us to go in now. What bothers us about you guys? So today's topic is what turns women off. Okay, so I'm told to stick to the questions on this paper. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about what turns a woman off, and oh my gosh, are there not 1,000 million things that us women can go into? As a matter of fact, we already went into this before this, and I was like, wait, hold it, Olivia, like, wait till we get to...
I made notes.
I know, I was like, we need to hold this for this whole entire conversation so it goes natural, and we're going to go through this. Okay, so Olivia, for you, let's just say right now, let's go into this question real quick. What would you say for you, honestly, is your number one, like the number one turnoff ever for you with a man?
I can only pick one.
Just like the ultimate. Let's say like the number one turn on that's actually on your no list. Like if a man did this, you would never ever go. Yeah, you wouldn't even date him, go out with him, or mess with him ever again.
No job.
Oh. Okay. See, now in my head, I'm just thinking that's common sense. Right? Okay, so hold that. So on that thought, a man with no job, because I know we were talking last time with Derek. So what about a man who maybe at the moment is unemployed, but let's say he's very ambitious. Let's say that he's always trying different businesses, or that he's in school full time, or like he has these goals and he's hustling to make ends, to get the goals accomplished, but he just doesn't have a job.
I respect that, but at my age, I'm not looking for that. So that's a deal breaker for me. If you're in your younger 20s and you're trying to figure shit out, good for you. And maybe if you saved enough money aside,
right,
before you decided to quit your job and follow your dreams, that's a different story. But if you're just flat out on your ass and don't have a job, bye.
I love you. I absolutely love you. Okay, yeah, I think that's definitely an important part.
Yeah.
That obviously, I mean, we all seen and dealt with. I don't even see.
Yeah.
I don't say I've dealt with. I don't ever dealt with him that was jobless.
Yeah.
But
I think you and I
it.
both we like the old school values. We want a man that can provide and take care of us. And
Definitely.
so yeah, I don't want a bum. I want you to open the door for me. I mean, show me chivalry is not dead.
Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. Okay, so in your line of work, right, being an actress, you obviously deal with a lot of different people and types of men. I'm sure you've had, like men always trying to hit on you or say hello. And at first glance, what will immediately, because this is what it said. It said that in the first 7 seconds that you meet someone, they have already assessed whether they want to go to the next level with you or not. So for you, what will immediately turn you off about a man who's trying to approach you or hit on you?
Bad teeth and bad breath.
Brandon, did we not discuss this?
I feel like I'm in Jeopardy right now. I got the answer.
Okay, so we did a YouTube video on this, and I was in the room with my brother, my assistant Emmeline, and also my producer Brandon, and I was sitting there, and literally for like 3 hours we were all debating about literally what turns a woman off. And I was automatically, for me, I said the first thing that will turn a man off about me is dirty tennis shoes.
Yes, for sure.
Like literally, and I told it, and I even said, because at the end of, because honestly,
Or bad odor, like VO.
because honestly, like I haven't got to get to know you. I don't know if you have a job. I don't know if you have a car. So I don't even know if you have a personality. But within the first time I see a guy, like I'm ready. I'm assessing. I always
that's
look
a representation of yourself and your lifestyle.
right. If you don't love yourself and you have to take care of yourself,
absolutely,
I can just imagine like your life's a wreck.
Yeah.
So the first thing I always look at is someone's tennies.
Right.
So it's funny because then my brother looked at his tennies, Brandon looked at his tennies, but they both were, but I explained this, like they're both coming from work.
Right.
You know, if you have work shoes on or gym shoes on or hiking shoes on, of course they're not for me.
Right. Well, and it also depends on where you're meeting that person. Like,
right.
Are you out at a nice restaurant or are you at the grocery store?
Right.
Something like that. That also depends.
Right.
But
right.
you can tell off the vibe of someone.
Right. Okay. So bad teeth, bad breath.
Bad teeth,
okay.
bad breath.
So
I mean that there's a whole list of them, but that's the first thing.
Because remember, men, when women first meet you, we're already gonna break you down by what you're wearing, what you look like, what your breath smells like, what your smile looks like. Yeah. You know, honestly, like, you know, do you have a clean shirt on? Do you have nice jeans on? Are your tennies upkept? Are they clean? And honestly, yes. I love the fact that you said bad breath and bad teeth. Because for me, number one is shoes. That's the first number one thing. But next is teeth.
Yeah.
And the next for me is honestly bad breath.
Yes.
And the crazy part, men, is most of you guys do have no freaking idea that your breath smells.
A lot of them don't.
Like, I wonder, like, do they not floss?
It's like they have halitosis, you know,
no.
like the disease where you have bad breath.
I don't even know what that means.
Halitosis, it's a disease where you have bad breath.
Please. I need the Webster definition of the halitosis so I can have it printed out for guys with bad breath.
That's a good term that you should know.
And just hand it out for them. Is there like a cure for this halitosis?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like that's something like you need the dentist to fix.
I don't know, right? So okay. So no, honestly, that is a deal breaker. Mm-hmm. That is a huge deal breaker. Bad breath. And honestly, men, I don't think, even if it's just a matter of flossing, you know, and even if you have to have mints and chew spearmint gum your whole entire day.
Bad teeth too. Have you met people that have like the brown in their teeth?
I have. But sometimes it's caused by coffee, right? Or no?
No, like
she said no.
No, not the tint, not the brown tint, like speckles of brown on their teeth.
Wow. Honestly, I'm not really sure.
Or teeth missing. You never know.
Okay. I mean, I have dated a few drug addicts in my life.
There you go. Meth is a bad drug.
Say no to meth, kids, ladies, and women, and men, and girls. Everybody.
All
please,
drugs.
Yes.
Say no.
Yes. So remember, the first 7 seconds, we are gonna assess you. What does your breath smell like? What does your teeth look like? And what kind of shoes are they clean? And they don't have to be Gucci. They don't have to be Louboutins. No. They could be Converse, as long as they're clean and you can tell that they're taken care of. So it's not always about the name brand. It's about that we know you take care of yourself.
Right. Well,
okay.
I like the whole outfit too.
Right.
I want to see that you match. Don't be wearing like, I don't even, mismatch. I'm trying to think of something that's totally mismatched.
So like a purple and gold shirt with like red pants and then orange shoes.
Yeah, don't do that. It's like
I don't even think anybody in our circle would wear something like that.
I'm seeing some characters, girl.
Yeah.
Not in our circle, but I thought
No,
someone knew that we're meeting.
I think especially at the conventions.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hand sanitizer.
Okay. Okay. So now let's go into sticking to the topic of what turns women off. Okay. So now that we've assessed him and we've met him, okay, from that point, I always say for me, so this is something that you just mentioned about a man opening the door,
Right.
is I always say, for me, honestly, like a man that does not ask me out on a date, not like, hey, so what's up? You want to get coffee? Or hey, what's up? You have any free time this week? Or when are we going to hang out? I'm like, first of all, like I'm older, so what does hang out mean? Because like hang out could be like you want to go to the movies as buddies. I mean, you want to be like a Tinder friend? Do you want to be like MySpace friends? Like I'm not getting like what does hang out mean? Because if you tell me you want to hang out, I'm thinking
Yeah.
you're the homie.
Right.
And
Well, apparently hook up means differently these days too. So
Right.
it's like, what did those really mean?
No, it's all right. And then we were making a joke for like everyone's a little older, my age. Back in the day, we used to call it scamming.
Scamming.
Yeah, how you're way
Like
younger than me.
scamming people?
No, okay, so she's cute. Aw, we have a youngin. So back when I was in high
Scanning.
school, scam,
Scam.
SCAMMING. So
Okay.
So back then the word hooking
So
up,
you used to
we never
scam
said that.
people back
We used to
in
be
the
like,
day.
oh my god, I scammed with him last night, which meant like you made out with him and you hooked up. Well, not like we didn't
Like first
smash.
base.
What?
Like first base.
Yeah, there we go. So back in our day, we'd be like, oh my God, like we scammed last night. But now, obviously people call it hooking up or
Okay.
hanging out. Like, I don't get that. So for me
Yeah.
personally, if you like me, I hate a guy that says that isn't direct
Right.
and that isn't aggressive and says, hey, I want to take you on a date. Let's go to dinner.
That's extremely attractive. That shows that you want to get to know my mind and you're not just trying to take me to your bedroom. You know? You gotta earn that shit.
Wait, repeat that, please. For the
Bleep.
camera.
Bleep.
No, repeat what you just said.
Oh, I think I said bleep. Oh. I was like, am I not allowed to say this? You just really strict, you guys.
No, please repeat the whole thing about not trying to get in the pants.
We want to go on a date with you first. We want to get to know you before you can even think about having anything sexual with us. And if that's the first thing that you're thinking of and you voice that to us, we're going to walk. We're not interested.
Definitely. And do you feel that because of our profession, being that we are in the entertainment industry and that we are famous, and that we're well known, that automatically, do you feel men automatically already think, oh, wow,
100%.
she's going to be the
Yes.
easiest woman ever.
Yeah.
No, I
People confuse what's really like real
Right.
reality versus what they see of us on the internet.
No, I've definitely have that issue
Yeah,
all the time.
all the time.
And I'm very straightforward, and I'm very like, I'm sorry if you're trying to date me. Like the last thing you're probably going to do is get into my pants.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like, if I do it for a living, like what makes you think I want to go and do it with some random stranger when I
Yeah,
could get paid
exactly.
for it? At the end of the day,
Exactly.
also too, it's a matter of I want to go on a date. Period.
Yeah.
So
Wine and dine me,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So turn off men automatically going straight for the freaking
pants.
the pants. Take the pants off.
Yeah.
I guess what hookups.
Yeah,
The
I guess.
hookup. So
Yeah.
so for me, what I love, and I always say it's a turn off for me, is a man who does not ask me on a date. I will always say when somebody says, "Hey, so you have free time this week?" and I'm like, "For what?" Or they'll be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" I'm like, "And do what?" Like, just that's a turn off.
I mean, this day and age now, you have to have them verify what they mean by that.
Right.
By hang out, do you mean do you want to go to a movie? Do you want to go to dinner? Or what are your real intentions?
Right. Are you
I
gonna
mean,
just
at the end of the
smash?
day, the male mind really wants to get in your pants.
Always.
I mean, there's just no way around that. But
No way around it.
you have to put the work in
We're
to
like,
get there.
Stop touching it. Move around it. Move out of my way, bro.
You gotta play your way to get there.
Yeah, so for me, that honestly is.
Yeah.
And for me, that says that you are not dominant, you are not alpha, that you are not in control. And I love to be the feminine role in my relationships.
Right.
I don't want to be masculine.
Yeah.
And if I have to be masculine, then he's going to call me daddy.
Exactly.
You know, like if I got to make all the plans, I got to tell you what to do, and tonight you're going to call me daddy.
That's right.
So for me,
bend
I
over.
agree.
I'm just kidding.
But seriously, that's how we feel.
Yeah.
I
No,
definitely
agree.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, that's definitely a turn off for me. And then a huge turn off for me also is a man who does not open the car door.
Oh my God. I will literally stand there waiting at the door until you open it
So
up.
will I. So will I. So will I. I swear to God, guys have got into
He's
their
like, why
car.
are you into the car? I'm like, I'm waiting for you to open the damn
Door.
door.
Thank you. You know what I love? You know what that tells me automatically is you hold yourself in high value.
Yeah, you got to respect yourself.
That you hold
for
yourself
sure.
in such self-worth.
Yeah.
And that you're very feminine and that you want to be taken care of. You want to be
Right.
like, as women, we want you to be the protector. We want you to be the prey. We want to feel safe
Yeah.
with you. And it really comes down to, like you said, like the old school, old-fashioned
Absolutely.
thinking. And it's so sad that we even have to say old-fashioned or old school. Like,
Right.
what's going on in this time
It's
frame
horrible.
with the guys nowadays, or this age
I
frame?
feel like it's definitely in LA too. It's a lot
True.
different for us. I mean, it's like my parents just celebrated their 40th anniversary, which is like goals for
Right.
sure. But you don't see that anymore. Like, it's like a huge thing if a marriage lasts like 5 years in LA. It's crazy.
5 years.
Yeah, right?
Relationships don't last longer than. Wait, hold on. You have
Yeah.
a kid, maybe 3
Maybe
years.
you're sticking around for the
No
kid.
kid, a year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
Okay,
that's
so
goals
let's go
for
back
sure.
to you. Okay, so after you've assessed him, he doesn't have bad breath and he doesn't have bad teeth. What from there else? And he has a job.
Yeah.
Will turn you off about a man.
Where the conversation is headed and if you can actually hold a conversation.
So
I want to see that
Okay.
you're intelligent.
Okay.
I want to see that you have goals, and sex isn't the only thing on your mind, obviously, which you already spoke about.
Right.
Now, another thing on the physical side, I love facial hair.
Me too.
Love it.
I'm a sucker for beard.
I hate clean shaven.
Oh. Thank you.
Give me that scruff.
I love
it.
You know what it is? And we've talked about this in numerous of my YouTube videos, is it goes back kind of to the caveman days of men being men.
It's manly.
Being
I want a
tough,
manly man.
Being alpha, being the protector, and everything comes back to the whole dominance thing. And we're not talking about like owning us. It's
Yes.
a matter of
Protector. Like,
yes.
you know?
So I get it. So I think when men tend to be a little too feminine,
Yes.
and now mind you, women who are very, very, very masculine in their energy, who are control freaks, are very like,
Yeah.
no, do what I say. They like those men because they submit to them and do everything they say.
Yeah.
So it depends. Like, if you want a woman that's gonna just dominate you and own you and control you, then
Right.
you would do well with
Someone on that caliber.
a woman you're gonna attract that type of woman. Now, if you're
Right.
looking for a feminine woman who, wants to be feminine and listen and, like be served and serve you back and, I don't say
Yeah.
obey, but I want to say like the word serve, because serve says like you serve me, I serve you. Like it's an equal exchange of
Exactly.
of relationships. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, hey, where was
I mean, I did have some more on my notes if we
Okay.
wanted to go into that.
Okay, so yeah,
This is
so let's
maybe
go.
if you're seeing more hygiene, grooming, manscaping.
Oh,
Those are all very important things.
huge.
First off, we went in the hygiene, like the bad teeth, like
bad breath.
like bad
Yes.
odor, like all that. You were lying. It's really fucking hot.
I told you.
I came in and it was like, it's cold. And
Hi,
I was like, it's so hot. Hi. I don't even want to lift my arms. I'm like sweating. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, manscaping, don't have a full-on bush.
Oh my gosh. Wait.
Go to the gym. If you don't go to the gym, that's like,
You know what? I'm not gonna lie.
it's not as important for a girl, but for a guy.
No, I've been thinking about that in the last few years. The topic, Jazzy, is what turns a woman off about men. So you missed it. So we talked about bad breath, bad teeth, bad tennies, a guy that doesn't ask you out.
Guy that doesn't hold the door open for you.
Yeah, so we were having fun. So
Manscaping, grooming.
okay, so the gym. So I find like usually I always date very muscular built
same.
men. Like I know in New York and the East Coast they call it diesel, right? And I remember when my ex-boyfriend's name we called him Diesel Dad. Like and I never understood where diesel came from. It's the East Coast word
Okay.
for men that work out.
Got
it means
it.
like a big man.
Right.
And I've always dated men. So recently, probably in the last like 4 years, is the first time I've dated men that don't work out.
Interesting.
And it's different. Mm-hmm. It's different.
Yeah.
You know, it's different in the sense of like I feel bigger than him. You know?
I don't like that.
It-
I don't.
it's-
I like.
it's-
I want a guy that's taller because I'm tall. I'm like
Right.
almost 5'7". So, and I want to wear heels, but I don't want
Wow,
to be taller
how tall
than
are you
you.
with heels on?
I'm almost 6 foot with heels, so that's tall. So I have a minimum. You have to be 6'2" and over.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're under
The
6'2".
cuts, I just blocked off a lot of people. Sorry.
Actually blocked off.
It used to be 6 foot, but then I started buying bigger heels.
Fucking Louboutins. Right? With their 7-inch heels and shit. Got us over here having to date taller men.
Yep. That's right. The bigger the heels got, the taller the men had to be.
Love it. Okay, so manscaping. Should we keep that for after hours?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna keep that for
I got
after
more
hours.
that's not.
Okay. So, real
good
quick-
sense of humor.
Real quick, guys. We after this, we're on YouTube Live. We got to keep everything very PG. After this, Olivia and I are going to go into what sexually is a turnoff, physically and in bed. We're going to go into some really fun, juicy stuff. And this is called the After Hours, which is available on my Patreon. So make sure you join my Patreon. And that's the only place you'll have access to the next conversation, which can't be discussed on YouTube Live. Okay, so back to our PG conversation. What else for you turns a man off?
Okay, so we already said intelligence. Along with that, your willingness to learn. Are you too stubborn to learn new things, or do you think you know it all?
Can I tag some motherfuckers in this?
Right?
I'm gonna tag some motherfuckers. Boom, 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 boom,
You
boom,
need to
boom.
understand that we are also right. I mean, 80%, 90% of the time.
Come on, 99% of the time.
99% of the time.
99% of the time.
So don't argue us. We're right.
No, but
I'm glad you're intelligent, but I'm more intelligent.
And you're like, this is my argument. This is always my argument is I won't argue over something that I know I'm not right about.
But I will only argue something that I know I'm
For a
right
fact,
about.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I can
Yes.
go to the Webster Dictionary or to statistical
Trust me,
facts.
I already researched this before I talk to you about it. I know what I'm talking about.
I feel the same way. But you know what? I agree with you in the sense of I honestly, at the same time, like I understand. I mean, sometimes I date guys that are younger than me, so I might know a lot of things that they might not know.
Right.
And I love the fact when someone's humble enough to be like, oh, okay, like not take it as I'm superior or
No.
to take it as they're inferior or in any sense, whether he's
Right.
my age or older or whatever. But like you said, a man where I can educate him or share with him something that he doesn't know, and he doesn't take it offensively as, what, like,
Exactly.
like I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells.
You can learn from each other.
Right. And I feel too, another turnoff is having to walk on eggshells.
Yes.
Because you're afraid, like, oh, I can't speak up about, I didn't like that. Oh, I can't speak up at, he said this and da-da-da, because they don't want to cause a fight. So a man who's temperamental,
That's a big one too.
can't stand that.
Like, be more laid back and just don't always jump the gun. Like, I want to see that you're manly and, like, you'll fight for me if necessary, but in the right situation.
Right.
Like, even in public. Like, if a guy comes and hits on me, like, don't be like, you're going to beat them up, you know? Just, like, take that as a compliment. Like, your girl's hot, you know? You don't have to beat up everybody.
Not every one of them.
Yeah. But if they disrespect me, then yeah, I'll go kick their ass. You know?
That's hopefully before I haven't slapped the shit out of the motherfucker.
Right. I get another one.
I'm allowed to cuss, right? I think I'm allowed to cuss. Okay. So tell me more.
Okay.
What are more things for you that turn you off?
Turn off. Okay. So, oh yeah, we talked about this beforehand. How you treat strangers and
The waiters.
waiters,
the
like if you're at a
valet
restaurant,
guy.
just how you treat people that are like serving you.
Yes.
Bad tippers. If you don't tip and if you treat people like shit, that's just a hugest turn off.
Cheap.
Don't be cheap and don't be an asshole.
That's a huge turnoff. Being cheap when you don't have to be. So let me get like a little specific on this.
and if you can't afford it, don't do that.
Okay, exactly. So people be like, well, they're just gold digging. No, it's very simple.
Yeah.
I understand like a man's on a budget. So like even when we're going to date, the same
Right.
man asks me on a date. I make probably more money than most people I
Right.
date. And they're like, hey, let's go on a date. So I always ask, like, okay, what's your favorite restaurant? Because I already know if he says Catch in LA or Nobu, or
That's
he
how you
says
feel
Olive
now.
Garden and Applebee's. You
Red
know what I
Lobster.
mean? Like, I already know, like, what his price range is.
Right.
So I'm obviously not going to say, hey, well, take me to a, $500
Yeah.
dinner when he could only afford, like, a $150 dinner.
Exactly.
So it's not a matter of that. It's a matter of being cheap when you don't have to be. So let's just say he can't afford to take me to Catch, and he's like, well, how about we just go to In-N-Out? In my pajamas?
Well, if that's a first
Is it a
date,
Netflix
I'm
and chill
turn
night?
that down.
Like, what the heck? Am I in my pajamas? All I want to know. If I'm not in my pajamas, don't ever ask me to go to In-N-Out.
No shit. For a first date,
Yeah,
too?
right. Like, oh yeah, I just don't get it. And have you ever had a guy tell you to go Dutch? Where,
Where you split the bill?
yeah.
Or like, you know how girls like you offer because you feel like you're supposed to, but they're supposed to say no. It's
Oh yeah, like
Oh,
we'll
I'll
offer,
do the
like-
offer, but you better say no.
literally like, oh yeah, thanks. That's what you put your card in. And I'm just like,
Have you ever had that happen?
No. But I will offer.
Oh, no.
But you better say no. I got it.
Okay, so I must be doing something wrong because so far, most people I've been dating the last few years, I offer to pay and they're like, sure, no problem. I'm just,
Oh my God, girl.
I'm just thinking like, I need to stop dating cheap fuckers.
Shit.
Yeah.
Let's make sure
But
you write all this
but
down
honestly,
today.
so honestly, like I haven't been dating for a while now. But honestly, like I feel today, like honestly, if I went on a date and someone was like, "Hey, if I offered to pay and I had to pay the first date," I honestly, just because I've had bad experiences recently,
Yeah.
like you said, like I'm learning. Wow, like okay, guess what? I'm not gonna go out with you
Because
again.
then that's setting the tone.
And it kind of
in the
goes back to
beginning.
the whole thing of somebody not having a job.
Exactly.
If you can't have a job, then we don't have the same lifestyle. And honestly, if we're not in the same lifestyle,
Right.
or you're not ambitious enough to even get there, or even
Right.
offer, so yeah.
And you can meet someone that's totally great and that
Can
you
we
vibe with.
I wish we
but
could like phone call this person that, who said, yeah, I'll go half with you on this freaking dinner. What the heck?
Oh.
Like, what were you thinking?
You know.
Oh my God, so we have a situation that happened that there's somebody, right, some promoter guy, And there's tons of them, so I'm not talking about, and they're probably half watching. But there's one in particular who was like bugging me forever. Let's go out, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. Wasn't really interested. There was no sexual attraction at all. And finally, I was like, okay, well, I was out with my girlfriends. We were at a restaurant.
Was he clearly making it clear it was like a date he wanted to go out on?
Yes, completely, like for months. And
Okay.
so finally, I was like, I didn't want to do a one-on-one, so I thought, well, I'm out with my friends.
But was the like it a possibility that maybe you would in the future?
Possibility. So that's why I was
Okay,
saying,
I'm just wondering if you let him on.
No, it could have been. It could have been if I would have given him probably a moment, right?
Right.
So I said, okay. I thought, okay, well, I'm with my friends. So I said,
Yeah.
hey, I'm with my friends having dinner down the street from you. If you want to meet with with
Yeah.
us, come say hi. Eat with what we're about to order. Like, let me know what you want. He's like, okay. So I'm thinking, I'm just thinking, period. Like, you came in to see me. We might not be a one-on-one date, but you should still catch the bill, my bill, not my
Right.
friend's bill.
No.
So the fact that
Yeah.
I'm already thinking, I even gave you 30 minutes of my life from my friends, and you're sitting with us. So when the bill came, he literally was.
He said, how much is mine?
He said, "How much is mine?"
Shut up.
I shit you not. I went like this.
I would have just said, I'll pay for yours.
He said, and mind you, he was bugging me, and shit you not, at least 5-6 months, asking me
You
out.
just ruined the first opportunity.
No, literally, when he was like, how much was mine? I was like this. You literally saw my hand go like this, and I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm stubborn, and I'm super stubborn. I was like, that's it. We're never, ever.
Oh my God, that's not
going out
being
again.
stubborn at all.
No, and I gave,
But maybe I'm stubborn too. So
no, I gave my card. He gave his card, and I was like, that's it. Thank you. For
Haven't talked
for
since.
dinner." No, but he messaged me all the time.
No,
Even
clearly
to this
doesn't
day.
get the hint.
And it's clearly like 8 months. It's like clearly 8 months of him like no responses on my phone.
Is that her twin?
No, that's Noelle. Hi, Noelle.
You guys look like twins.
Yoo-hoo.
Almost.
But she is my second daughter. We always say that.
I can see that.
Yeah. Okay, so Noelle, we are talking about the number one turnoffs for women. Okay, so we've already talked about when you first meet a guy, we like size you up already. So we were talked about, for me, I said it was dirty tennies. That is an automatic turnoff. 10 minutes, get the 10-minute mark going over there. Producer's like, Miss ADD, focus. And then we talked about bad breath, bad teeth. We're talking about being cheap now when you don't have to be cheap, right? And then we talked about like these experiences I've had going on dates, and the guy actually be like, well, what's my half? Wow. And then him still messaging me to this day. Like, really? You're probably watching. This is about
That's
you.
a huge turnoff too, is when we make several clear like signs for you and you don't get the picture.
Right.
Like, do we need to spell it out? 'Cause sometimes we think we do.
No. And even when you do say I'm not interested, they still keep texting.
Yeah, like super persistent.
Oh, that's such an off. Okay, so what else?
Okay,
What else for you is a
this
turn
is what we also discussed
Okay.
beforehand. Underwear.
Okay. which is clothes. Okay. Okay, so yes.
Actually, a good one because that's actually a really, really good one.
Okay, so my daughter just said that's a good one. We all totally agree. Men,
Like if they're old and raggy, like old and raggy.
Yes! Saggy, they don't fit. It looks like they're a diaper, a saggy diaper.
you
It's
guys should sit up here so we
gross.
can hear you guys more. Yes, sit closer.
It's funny though.
Or if there's holes in them.
No. Okay, so we were
Like,
discussing
underwear is not
earlier.
expensive.
Okay, so we have 4 women in the room. My daughter, her best friend, me, and Olivia. Men, your underwear is a huge turnoff.
Yes.
No, huge. Now, honestly, I've dated men that honestly, like, there's been issues about their underwear, and I don't have the balls to say anything. So guess what I do? I will go to the store and I will buy them some cute Calvin Klein, some Tommy Hilfigers. Like, I will put them on game on like, you need some new motherfucking underwear, and I'll buy them all, and I'll be like, oh baby, look, look, I surprised you with.
Aren't they cute?
Wear them, please. And the other ones, I'm like this. I'm like, shh, throw them out.
And
in
then
the
I'm
trash.
going to take all your ones with holes in them and just throw them away when you're not looking.
No, it is. It's such a turn off in men. Oh gosh. I really hope this goes viral. This
I
video.
really hope so too, because this is a really important topic.
This really is. Underwear is huge. And if a girl doesn't recognize your underwear, it's probably because she wears underwears that have holes in them too, and they're old.
But at the same time, it's like you guys, if you're in a relationship or dating or whatever, you want us to wear like sexy lingerie, right?
Oh,
So
that's a good one.
why don't you start with yourself and make sure you don't have holes in your underwear? And maybe we'll feel more inclined to do so. Right?
Okay, so we just put it on game by Olivia Austin. Men, if you want us to dress up with some sexy ass lingerie, right? Yo, don't be coming to bed with some holy ass underwear, dirty underwear, or torn underwear. Really?
Or saggy.
Or saggy. Yes!
Make sure it's fitted.
Like they've been worn
Like
for
boxer
years.
briefs that are fitted. I realize the ones that are older, they're more comfortable, but do you know how many things we do that's not comfortable?
So earlier we were joking because she said, "Oh, we were talking about men and underwear," and she's like, "I hate when their underwear sags." And the first thing I thought was, "It's so cute," because I don't know if you're white and I'm Mexican, but I usually date like probably Mexican bald-headed tattoo guys. They only wear boxers, like those hardcore cholo boxers.
Oh, super
So when you
cholo.
said like,
Yeah.
so all I'm thinking is tidy whities. I was thinking, who the
Yeah.
hell wears
No,
tidy
like
whities
boxer
anymore?
briefs.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the first thing I thought when you said that. Where she's like saggy underwear, I thought.
She's like, all guys I date have saggy underwear because they're boxers.
Tiny whiteys. but then also, I have dated guys that they wear the cute little Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
Like, those are sexy.
I do like the boxer briefs where they're tight and they like
Yeah.
hug your dick and your ass.
And
Oh,
it
sorry.
And it holds them. Do you
Sorry.
think we could cuss? We're fine with cussing.
No, I said dick.
That's fine.
I said
Dick. Okay.
Should we be politically correct and say penis? Sorry.
You know what? You know what's so sad is parents. Obviously not parents, but my parents. They never taught me the proper words for
Mine didn't either.
genitalias. So I remember one time, like my vagina was itching as a little girl.
Yeah.
And the only word, I don't know why, but the only word I knew was pussy.
Yeah.
And I had literally was like, "Mom, my pussy itches," and her just screaming at me. And I was like, "But wait, it itches still." Like. Nobody solved the problem that it was fucking itchy. Like, I just got scolded and I was crying. Like,
What else do you want to call it?
Like, I never knew the proper word for it. Like, we didn't have
Yeah.
a word at home, like.
I feel like it sounds more weird when you say my vagina is itchy.
Well, I didn't know vagina. I didn't know the word kitty or my tinkle or the pee-pee area. Like, that had no other word.
Tinkle, or my pee-pee. But isn't pee-pee more for like a wiener?
Probably for a boy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
See, I said wiener that time, guys.
Okay, so what else? Come on, what are some other turn-offs about men?
Bad grammar. That goes along with intelligence. And especially when you text me if you have bad grammar.
I can't lie. I've dated a few people recently. Sometimes their texts are completely off.
Make
like,
no
their
sense. I'm like,
words-
I hope that you're just voice texting that right now because that was so bad.
No, I know they weren't, but I'm new on.
I want to give them benefit of the doubt.
I'm new on that voice texting thing when you're like, "Hello, I am on my way. See you soon." So it
Yeah.
makes a text. And if you talk too fast,
It will fuck up,
It'll say
yeah.
a whole different
Oh.
thing. And I'll read it and I'll be like, "Who gives a fuck?" Just stand. Like, I don't have them driving. I don't have time to correct it.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I've had that experience
Yes.
of honestly. Like,
Okay, but that's just through text, but like in person. Like,
right.
if you can't even have a full-on sentence with me or full-on conversation.
And you know what's interesting? Last week, Derek Pierce was even mentioning, because mind you, as women, we're always thinking you just want to get in our pants, and you can care about, you could give a rat's ass about whether a girl's smart or not. You just want to like, hey, she's pretty and she's cute and she's arm candy, da da da, or whatever. But he was actually saying how holding a conversation was so important to him as a turn on with women. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. Because obviously, I honestly don't think men think about that shit. I'm always thinking they're thinking about, is her tits cute?
I mean, I definitely think they are. That's when you're first meeting them. It's
Right.
like the 7-second thing. They're not thinking about your intelligence.
No, yeah. but that's interesting because, like you said, holding a conversation. And I find,
Yeah.
like, I don't think, I mean, ladies, what do you guys think? Is a man's intelligence important? Or do you not even think about that?
Intelligence, I'm not I think he just has to have personality. Like,
Right.
He just has to have something there, like some substance.
But if he's dumb, that's cool.
Not dumb.
But I think too, but you gotta remember too, like, but I think this is a good debate here because they're in their early 20s,
Yes.
right? And we're older.
Yeah.
I don't like if they're dumb. Like, I don't think they're dumb, but that's not like the first thing in my. I'm like, as long as they just have money or they.
I love her honesty. Wow.
But you know what? But I think that already says it. So she said as long as he has money. But that already explains, first of all, a man that's able to even have money. You have to be, I mean, dope
Or
boy
what
or
if
not,
he's
that
a
means
trust
you're
fund
still
kid?
intelligent. You don't have to
which
be
there's
like,
a lot of those in LA.
like you don't have to be like a scholarship in regards to like intelligence. Because you can be a hustler, you can be a go-getter, you can be ambitious, like that's still hot. But I get it, you know, in the sense, but also too, like they're younger. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? So like what they're looking
I mean,
for Bristol.
at that age, I definitely wanted a lot different things, and my standards were not as
Definitely.
high.
Okay. So we've got conversation, we've got what it looks like once you're with them. Okay, so give me
Trying to act or be someone you're not.
Ooh,
Trust me, I will find out.
that's a good
Women find out everything. If
Right.
you're lying to me about what you do or
Oh,
how
that's
much
such a
have,
turn off. Such a turn off.
Yes, first off.
Liars.
And then if you're liars, like if you're
Liars.
flashy and have you heard of the term 30K millionaires?
No.
People that try to act like they're a millionaire, but really they make like 30K.
No, I've never heard that term.
Yeah,
Where does
so-
this come from? And
Oh,
why-
I thought this was
Why
like
did
an
I get
LA
CC'd
term.
on this email? I'm going to use
30K
this now.
millionaires. LA is home of them.
Okay.
So realistically, they live like in their mom's fucking basement, but
Oh, we have another word for that.
Yeah.
I can't say. I can't say.
there's
on
several
YouTube.
terms for that.
I know the ghetto term for that. Okay. Yes.
I think I know what you're
People that
talking
are rich,
about.
but they're not rich.
Yeah. I think I do.
You know, like ghetto rich.
Yes.
Is that what it's called? Like ghetto rich, right? Ghetto rich, right? You from the ghetto, you're trying to act rich.
But yes, no, women find out everything.
Right.
So if you're coming off with this front that you're someone else that you're not really are, we're gonna find out, and that's sleazy. That's just be who you are,
Right.
and let me be who I am. That's another big
That's
one.
huge. We have to wrap it up soon. So let's wrap it up with give me 3 of your, let's just say today, like right now in life, right now, just where we're at. What are 3 of the top things that are turnoffs for you?
Turn-offs or turn-ons.
Turn-on's a whole different show. You can tune into our Patreon right now. We'll go into that level.
Sorry. Turn-offs. Disrespect.
Ooh.
And hygiene, class, style, that all goes into one
Right, okay,
category.
one
Bad
category.
teeth, bad breath. And then the third, no, like drive, ambition,
No goals.
no goals. Yeah, no
Okay.
job.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So mine would definitely be number one's always shoes. My number two turn off is I could never be with a man who was ever abusive.
That's a big
Anybody who was disrespectful, who was rude, who put me down, called me names, made fun of me,
Yeah.
let alone physical abuse.
Absolutely.
Like that's a huge one for me. Like I come from a family of physical abuse.
Right.
And it's just so crazy
But
nowadays.
mental abuse is just as bad.
Yes, that there's so many girls nowadays that are in these
I know.
relationships, and they're like, "I'm in love," and you're just like,
They're brainwashed.
"Okay." So third turn off for me definitely would be, yeah, like you said, like just people who are fake, like you're a fraud.
Right.
Like you're a fake fucker. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like don't come off to me as somebody who you're really not.
Exactly.
You know, like because at the end, because he said even with men when they meet women, like we could only be fake for so long
Exactly. And
until
then
he
your true
figures
colors
out who
show.
you are. So
Right.
I think definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was super fun. We got to talk about what turns a woman off, and there's so much more on our list that we didn't even get to. Like, do not send us dick pics. We will never, ever, ever call
my
or text
God.
you back.
Unless you are a subscriber of any of my accounts and you're willing to tip me for it, I don't want to see it.
Okay, so it was a pleasure. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
taking
much for
time
having
out of
me.
your schedule to be here. And I love the fact that I was able to have a conversation and that everything, like you have so much self-worth, so much self-confidence, and you really know like your value as a woman.
Thank you.
And I don't, and I
Appreciate
haven't
that.
had conversation with very many women that hold that value. And it was so clear tonight, and it was so amazing to hear that.
Oh, thank
I love that. I
you.
love that. I love that. So any man that's with you is lucky to have. Ooh, I got chills.
You guys hear that?
And whenever I get chills, that's always my angels speaking. Always, I got like double chills. So thank you.
necklaces.
Oh, I am. Yes, thank you. Okay, so we are now going to turn off the cameras because we're on YouTube Live, and we're going to take a quick moment to reset the cameras, and we are going to go on to an after-hours conversation. It's going to be short and quick on turn-offs sexually about men, and that's only available on my Patreon, so we'll meet you guys over there. Toodles!
Bye.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Don't log off. Plug in your social media, please.
My Instagram is Olivia Austin XO. My Twitter is Olivia Austin XXX. And my website is youroliviaaustin.com, where you can speak to me one-on-one personally for all my personal exclusive content.
Yes. So make sure every one of you, if you didn't catch that, we're going to have the links written on this video. And if you don't catch it, make sure you're on my page. She is on my page. I have all her social media on there after this. I'll be reposting this video, and I'm going to have all her links available. We're super excited. So make sure you guys hold on because we're about to go into some heavy and steamy conversation right now. See you guys there. Bye.